Hey, what's going on everyone? Vega here for Serpent X Tech, and in this video I just want to talk about how devices aren't made like they used to anymore. This is the iServer AL2 Lite. We talked about some of the issues this device was having in particular: random shutdowns, power offs, wouldn't catch itself and reboot or reset itself so it can continue hashing. And while there was a firmware update to fix that, it now doesn't work again. I've been talking to iServer and probably talk to them at Mind Disrupt later on. But as you can see, no matter what I do, this thing just won't power on anymore. We believe it's the control board that's having issues. It's powering on right now because I left it off for a while, but eventually it's just going to shut off and not come back online. So this needs a new control board. Working with iServer to do that right now. And then there's another device, the AlphaPex DG Home. And this device, while it's running right now, had an issue over the past evening or a couple days where for some reason it just stopped hashing and I couldn't figure out why. And it was because it was thermal throttling. It was getting way too hot and it would shut itself down, stop hashing, wouldn't hash anymore, and obviously stuck at 0 overall hash rate when it should be doing a lot more than that. This is a script miner. It's water cooled. You can see the pump there. You can see the radiator, fans, control board. And what I found out was for some reason the pump just wasn't kicking on. You can see here 4 different headers. This is a 5-pin header, but it's really a 4-pin because there's only 4 wires. And what I did to trick the system temporarily, and I don't recommend doing this long term, but because I noticed the pump was not working even though the fans were kicking on, I took the fan header, or excuse me, the pump header, and moved it down to a fan header. This allowed me to see that the pump was working. It was running around 3,000 RPM. So it was able to detect the pump again and get it moving, get it flowing the liquid through the block and the assembly, and cool the device down so it could start hashing. Then I shut down the device again and swapped it back to the pump header, and now the pump is being detected and working as it should. But these are just small issues that a manufacturer should be able to, or should have ironed out during the quality check and testing. But I believe a lot of these manufacturers are just rushing out to get their orders or machines so that way they can go ahead and make a profit from the end user or consumer. Speaking of taking advantage of the end user or consumer, here we have the Asus Astral RTX 5080. Perfect example is Nvidia has been taking advantage of its consumers by kind of raising the prices of their hardware, but delivering very poorly on the product itself. The performance is not as great generation to generation, and the price just keeps on climbing. Now, of course, the demand has caused that price to continue to climb, but MSRP is no longer a thing, or it's fictional, just as much as the supply or stock of these units are fictional. Not only did the 50 series have a bunch of issues with the 12-volt high power connector, burning, bending, breaking, whatever it might be, hurting the card and the adapter or the cable for your power supply, but we had missing ROPs and we had all kinds of issues with the 50 series. So we're expecting the AMD 9070 and 9070 XT to relieve that, but again, they had some issues as well. The performance is not there in first-person shooters, like for example Counter-Strike, Valorant, stuff like that, but it's there when it comes to other games or other AAA titles like Cyberpunk. It does compete competitively if you're able to get it at the price point mentioned at launch, $650 for that 9070 XT, and about what, $600 or $599 for the 9070. That could be wrong. I think it was like $550 to compete with the 5070, which was $549 for the 9070, and then it was like $600 something for the 9070 XT. But either way, these manufacturers are pushing these products out as quickly as they can. They're not doing proper quality control or testing. They're not preparing their supply and their supply chain well enough so that way there's adequate supply for such a hungry world or country. And here we are with a product that, yes, it's working right now, but it does take a certain level of user intervention to get things to work these days, when they should just come to you because you paid for it, ready to go, plug and play, no issues, no problems. But 50 series is one example. 9070 and 9070 XT, while they just released and I don't have tangible data of all the issues yet, the pricing and the MSRP definitely leaves things to be desired from AMD. Nvidia, same thing. And then here we are with these units, these ASIC miners that should be coming to us ready to go with no issues, that continue to have issues just as well. It's very disappointing, but things just aren't made the way they used to be anymore. And I know a lot of people have had issues with these iServer AL2 lights because you've copied me on the email. So keep me posted. I will keep you aware of what's going on. Again, we do have to replace the control board on this thing. It's working right now, but it probably won't be for long. Still constantly restarts despite the firmware, and they believe that the control board is the issue. So make sure you raise a ticket with your iServer support team. See, that did not take long at all. Machine's already down and can't communicate with it, but still online, wasting electricity. You can see the network light still going on, but the control board, as you can see, is off. No red light, no green light, no nothing. All the heat coming out the back. But once again, this machine is not hashing. And as far as the AlphaPex miner, I think it's just an intermittent issue. I don't know if this is widespread, but if you're being impacted by it as well, let me know down in the comment section below. But thank you so much for clicking on this video and stopping by. Do me a favor on the way out, hit that like button, get subscribed, hit the notification button to stay up to date, as well as check out additional links in the description to help support the channel and what we do here. And I'll catch you next one. Take care.